Your Sasstastic Life with hosts Trisha Rivas and Wendy Fredrigo.
Hello, friends.
Hello.
Hello.
Jason, say hello.
Hello.
Yes.
We should do it all together now.
Oh, yes.
Like the Von Trapp family.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hello. Sounds great. How did it sound, Jason, Mr. Producer?
Should we take it on the road? Like that.
The Sasstastic family singers. Friendly singers.
Shit. This isn't going to be good.
We're kind of the afternoon giggles. Friends, we are so excited to have the one, the only Mel Guanci on the show today.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. I'm so happy to be here.
The one and only.
The one and only.
The one and only.
Yes.
Mel is the founder and owner of Intuit Digital.
Do you remember that craft that you made me where it has the little girl and she has the crown and it has all these sayings
Oh,
on it?
yes.
Yes, I still have that. I have it in my office.
Oh, I love that.
Mhm.
I love that. When you first said that, I was thinking of something way back where I was making these flowers with spoons because there's this spoon theory, which helps people that live with lupus explain what it might be like to live with lupus, where you have like 10 spoons for the day. And for you and I, it may only take 1 spoon to take a shower from an energy perspective.
Okay.
But for someone with lupus, it might take 3 spoons. And so I would cut the spoons up and make flowers. And then we would give them out and do fundraising with them. So, yeah.
I love
So I
that.
thought maybe I had given you a spoon flower because I wasn't quite sure how far back.
Yeah.
In the crafty.
Yes,
and you're going to go.
and your craftiness.
There's been lots of waves of crafting. There was the wax flowers. There were the spoons. And it sounds like I was making something with
Canvas.
Yeah,
It was a canvas. It
Yeah,
was a
with the
canvas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I love it. I love it.
So, Mel, one of my favorite things about you is you just have such an interesting history of jobs that you've done
Mhm.
or work that you had.
Yes.
So I would love if you just go back to like 14 or 16 and just tell us all the cool shit you've done.
Well,
She
speaking of
has, too.
shit,
She has.
my very first
That
job
leads well into that.
was shoveling it.
Yes. Yes. You were a shit shoveler.
I was a shit shoveler. Yes, I was. I was living where I was boarding my horse.
Yeah.
My mom and I had a little house and there was a barn and I would teach kids riding lessons and I would clean the barn. And so I'd get home from school and I would be scooping the poop real quick. And then the kids would come for lessons. And then, yeah, that was my very first job.
Very humbling.
Yes, very humbling.
Do you miss
You know-
having horses?
I do. So this summer on a trip, my cousin has horses. Do you know what I did for half a day?
Shovel shit?
I did. She probably was like, well, she probably was like, expects this because she's my cousin and this is Mel.
Yeah.
But I was out there with the horses and it's just
Yes.
smells. There's smells. It's nostalgia.
Yes.
I got the wheelbarrow. I got the pick.
Yeah.
And I did for probably 2 hours, 3 hours, shoveled poop. And it was fantastic.
Cathartic.
It was so lethargic. But when you're closer to 50 and not 14,
Oh,
getting the wheelbarrow up the little hill
yes.
so it wouldn't all spill along the
Oh.
way
Oh
Oh.
my gosh.
was really tricky. So but
Yeah.
anyway, it's funny. I didn't want, the poop to spill everywhere.
Yes.
You can only go up from there as far as jobs go.
Yes, it's so true. So then my next job in college was actually McDonald's. We made it happen. Drive-through times. That's when my introduction to KPIs really started.
Of course.
Because there's no KPIs in cleaning stalls.
Oh,
So yeah, in McDonald's, you track everything.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, but then I became a manager.
Yes.
And then from there, I went into retail.
Yeah.
And that was like 20 years. Then I did nonprofit. And now here we are.
but you forgot the super cool part. You were a merch girl.
Yep. You were a merch
Yes,
girl.
I did miss
Yes.
that
I
part.
love your stories with that.
Yes. So from retail to nonprofit, I took a time out in life. Lots of us do that, right? Transition point. Oh my gosh, who am I? What am I going to do? And then what's the next chapter?
Yep.
And so I did. My husband was a tour manager at the time and sound engineer for some local national bands. And we went out on the road, and I was merch girl and he was tour manager, and I dyed my hair black and I had some purple. So cool for being such a good little kid all those years. I was like, yes, I'm getting black hair and I'm going to be wild. But then I got on the bus and I'm like, these guys are not wild. Like,
No.
This is just a big, I'm sure there are some crazy situations.
But not the bands you were with.
Yeah. But this was a big, myth.
Yeah.
I was thinking that, because they were so chill and so cool.
Yeah.
And it was great. It was so much fun. I think it was, so I went with Mike, my first round.
Yes.
Then I went out on my own as merch girl.
Oh,
He went with one band and I went with a different band. And it was all very exciting. Very fun.
okay. I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
I like it. And you guys do love music, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we
You have
do.
such a huge
In
love
fact,
for music.
In New York, we're going to see, there's a 2-day show where they play 69 love songs.
Oh,
And it is the magnetic fields.
oh,
So we're pretty excited about that. Yeah,
yes.
just me and the hubs.
That's awesome.
Date night for 2.
Yes.
Mhm.
I wonder what love songs they're going to do.
It's an actual album that's 69 love songs.
Oh,
69
Okay.
love songs.
That's for the After Dark series.
Yes, that's for the After Dark series.
I have 2 favorite numbers, 66 and 69.
There it is.
I'm just saying it.
Yeah, so I'm really excited. And one of the things it's been interesting ever since we've had kids, like music has always been in the background. Like
Yeah.
we're cooking and music's in the background.
Yes.
Or
Yep.
Yes.
the
Yes.
baby's crying and the headphones are on.
Yes.
Like listening to music and,
Yes.
soothing the baby.
Mhm.
But it's interesting because the way you connect when you're so busy,
Yeah.
at least for me with music, is it's not front and center. And so it's been kind of cool,
Mhm.
to reconnect and
Yeah.
and actually be excited about going to shows and like connecting with
Yes.
music. Because, we did tour and we did a lot of music
Yep.
and we had a family.
Mhm.
And music became
Yeah.
more secondary.
Do you play an instrument?
I do not.
Oh,
I have tried
What have you tried?
guitar,
Oh, yeah.
piano,
Yes.
mandolin,
Okay.
and ukulele.
Okay.
It is-
Ukulele.
It is my gift to listen.
Yes. And others
Listen
gifts.
and appreciate.
Yes.
I played the flute and the violin,
Oh, very nice.
and I think I'm going to try the banjo
Oh,
next.
I would love that.
Oh, I can totally see you doing
I'm
that.
going to try the banjo.
The banjo really fits into your style too. with the
Yes.
hats
Yes. Yes. Yes.
and the
Yes. Yes. I'm
feathers.
going to dress up as Dolly Parton
Oh, yes.
and just sit there.
Well, so I played the piano and the cello,
oh, I love the cello.
and then I
And
did a
piano.
little bit of percussion, but
I
I
did the cello.
Yeah.
Okay.
but I want to learn how to play drums.
Oh, Wendy, you are
Yes.
such a drummer.
Can't you see? I just want to be like the drummer in a worship band at church or something.
Yes.
Yes.
That'd be awesome.
Let's start our own band.
Well, we're
I
great
will
singers.
watch. I will sell the merch. You guys play the bands. I will sell the merch.
What is Jason going to play?
Yeah.
Saxophone?
There you go.
Oh,
I
there you
like
go.
it. I like it.
Well, he's our strong bass,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
for our
yes.
vocals.
Exactly.
So tell us a little bit about the birth of Into It Digital.
Yes. So through the nonprofit space that I mentioned earlier, you wearing a lot of hats as an executive director. And so you're doing a lot of your marketing. You'll take care of the finances, getting ready for board meetings, fundraising. You kind of do everything. And I sort of discovered that I loved marketing. And I think the biggest part of it was because there's so much in retail. When you clock those 20 years, that's so transferable. You have signage, you have promotional campaigns, your website, loyalty, customer experience, like all of it is so important to that marketing component. So as I started doing marketing as a small piece of that role, I was like, I really like this a lot. And so 2 nonprofits in marketing roles later, I found myself sort of helping people on the side. This was like 2017. And one of those individuals said, you should just do this for work.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. I like to be helpful, but making some money being helpful could be really awesome.
Good combo.
Yes.
Yeah, good combo.
Yeah.
So find your passions, right? And find a way to sustain with them. That's really a great way to go. So anyway, I started doing stuff on the side, and I had some wonderful individuals that like let me help them and build a portfolio. And then in April of 2018, I registered the name, and I was actually talking to Sarah Jacobson.
Yeah.
She had Fusion Boutique at the time. And we were talking, and she's like, "Hey, what do you think about this? And can you help with this?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Let's just get together and let's get into it." So she's like, "Mel, like into it? Like maybe that should be your business name. Wait, because you're always getting into it. Like, let's get into it. Let's figure it out. Let's do it. Let's win big." So that was the name, was Into It. And at the time, before COVID, social media was different.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very different. And so I had no experience at the time designing websites.
Yeah.
So I was into it social. And so I just specialized in social media, and it worked out great. And you just get one client after another, and before you know it, you're trucking along. And it's so fun. It's so fun to help people.
Yes.
It really fills my cup.
Yeah.
And then they call and they say, "Guess what happened?
Yes.
All this amazing stuff. And I've seen this growth." And it just is very exciting.
Yeah.
So I live for those moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really do. And is talking as one of your clients, you really do live for those moments, but so does your team.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love that and appreciate that. I really do.
Thank you for sharing that. We love to help. We want to do a good job. We want feedback. We want to make it better. We want to just help everyone figure out what's happening in the digital climate these days, post-COVID.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little harder to figure it out sometimes, but we do. We want to figure it out.
And what I love about you guys, though, is that you're a part of the business team. Like, you're part of our team at Trixie's. You know our brand, you know our story. You listen to the things that are important to us. So you're like part of our board of directors.
Yeah.
Which I love and appreciate.
Yeah, I love that too. We love whenever the client is willing to invite us into that space.
Yes.
We love it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's great.
Well, I think a lot of small business owners and entrepreneurs have their zone of genius, and 9 times out of 10, marketing is not.
No.
And so you're like, I have this amazing idea for a business. Woohoo, we're going for it. And then you're like, oh shit, how do I tell people? How do people find me?
Yeah.
And they don't know what to do. I mean, even with our podcast, having that vision and that help from you and the branding, it just makes it more real and gives it more depth. And so I think it's something that people really need to put into their budget. Like, you really need help with that, because if you spend all your time on marketing, but you're not in your zone of genius, then that's going to hurt. And it's okay to delegate. And I think that's what I love about Intuit, is that, there's such a focus on new businesses, startups, smaller companies, that you're just there to help them from the ground up, whether it's just email marketing or, start small, but having that person that helps with that stuff that your average person just doesn't have the time to do that.
No.
And I think the other thing too, and like another sweet spot we see, is like when you first start, like even when I first started, I did everything before I had a team.
Yeah.
You're a freelancer, a
Yes,
solopreneur,
yes.
or an entrepreneur that has not yet hired your first employee. And when you start to outsource and you start to gain some momentum in your revenue, and you start to dream bigger, and you start to have a team, outsourcing is such a great option too. And I think that that's another sweet spot where we like to hop in and help amplify. And our end goal is that you grow and you take your marketing internal. We love it when a client calls us and says, "Guess what?
Yeah.
My sales have grown so much. I'm ready to bring someone full time internally to do the marketing."
Yeah.
And then we say, "Great, we can help you if they need any training.
Yeah.
We can help transition. Here's all the files." They can just pick up the baton and run.
Exactly.
And make it their own, which is also very cool to see.
Yes.
How people breathe life into marketing with the varying partners that they have. So that's very exciting too, when everyone gets to that level.
Yeah. I'm going to go next.
Go. We're fighting over who gets to talk next.
Okay, draw a number.
Exactly. For someone that is, that always wears many, many hats, you just took some time.
Yes.
With you and your beautiful family.
Yes.
Was there a pivotal moment where you decided that you needed to do this for yourself? Was there like that aha moment that you wanted to do that? Or, share a little bit about the trip.
Yeah. So this actually involves Wendy in a big way. Is when I first met Wendy, she came to me with her coaching business for some marketing, but then became my coach, and we did a life map, which really set me on a trajectory that brings me where I am today. Oh. And we've talked a lot about that in reflection of I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. Yeah. She really helped my mindset. And also I was stuck. Yeah. And I had lost a little bit of my identity. I didn't really know where I was going or what I was supposed to do. Like, what's next? You get to a certain point and you're just like, oh, it feels like a dead end, but it's not. Yeah. It's just, you're so stuck that you can't see what's next. Yep. And so through that process, I realized I wanted to grow. I wanted to help more people because that's what fills my cup. At the end of the day, if I'm adding value to someone else's life, personally or professionally, that's a win. I have to be in that space. Yeah. So that meant time to grow. So we grew and we learned a lot. So it's pretty cliche. Like when you scale, man, there's a lot of darn speed bumps in the road. Oh my goodness. So many. Yes. So, and so we ran really, really hard, and we made some good impacts, and we had some mistakes. We learned so much. We failed hard. We succeeded hard. Yeah. And so I woke up one day and I said, looking at my inbox with 100 unread emails. Yeah. Okay, this is great. Wendy snapped me out of it. Yeah. I'm moving forward, but I cannot do this by myself. So, I had hired my amazing, beautiful cousin, Ellie, stepped in and helped. Yeah. And then we hired Abby. Yeah. And so that was like the first magic moment. And then there was other key people along the way. They all know who they are, who did amazing things behind the scenes to help us. Yeah. So fast forward to last year, and I am having this problem with my aorta, and I get the stent. Yep. And I come out of that and I'm like, I'm going to live or I'm going to die. Yeah. And it was this moment. I lived. And I was so excited, but I was so tired. Yeah. I was so tired.
Can I just add this, that you did struggle with kind of being a workaholic?
Yes. Yeah. I love to work. Yes. That's the thing.
You didn't even struggle with it. You just love to work.
I love to work. Yes. And I would tell Wendy this in my coaching sessions, like, no, I don't want to be a wife and mom. Yeah. I want to work.
Yes, exactly.
And Wendy would say, it's not either or, it's and.
Yes. Yes.
So lots of things happened. Okay. Who am I if I'm not work? Yeah. It's almost like in the Barbie movie where Ken says, I am beach. Mel says, I am work. I do work well. Yes. When he said that, I do beach. I'm like, yes, I do work. That's my thing. Yes. But the thing is it's not my thing. There's so many other things to Mel that Mel never gave herself a chance to explore. Because I found myself when you serve others, and that's your purpose in life, you have to remember to serve yourself too. And again, that goes back to the identity piece. So coming to your question, all of this was a lot to process. Yeah. It was so exciting that I lived. Yes. I was working too much. We finally got my inbox under control. Yep. Fabulous team members. So grateful for them. Wendy stepped in as CEO. Yep. Our team is amazing. Yeah. We've hired more people. And so there's this sort of relief moment to go, okay, so if I have more time not to work, what do I do? I'm kind of lost. Yeah. I literally found myself a couple days before I left on this trip. Yeah. Like I would sit on the couch and I would be like, then I would get up and I would go upstairs. Yeah. And I would fold some laundry. Then I would go back downstairs and I'd be like, okay, I washed the table for the 5th time. So like, this is a problem. It almost felt like empty nest, but it wasn't the kids that left home. It was work. Yeah. And so it was so well timed to go on this trip. So me and the team got together. Hey, how does a sabbatical sound? Intel does it for their employees every 7 years. Yes. AARP does it. There's a lot of companies that believe in sabbaticals. And I had just gone through a lot. My grandma died. I had the stent put in my aorta. Our team grew so much.
Yeah.
I was doing work well.
Yeah. Yeah.
24/7 well, 7 days a week well. And so I was tired.
Yeah.
I had nothing else to give. I'm pretty sure for a few months last year, I was either at my desk or in my bed. And there was nothing happening in between except possibly driving a kid to piano.
Yeah.
That is not an existence.
No.
No. So I decided to take this big trip and sort of do sabbatical. And so me and the kids headed out, and I discovered so much about myself while I was gone.
Yeah.
So I found that Mel can not just do work, but there's all these other things that Mel loves.
Yes.
So now coming back, I'm like, okay, how do I stay true to those and hold on
Yes.
to that?
Yes. And you had said that earlier when we were sitting at the kitchen table.
Mhm.
And that can be hard.
Yes.
That can be hard because
Yes.
it's easy to just fall back into what is familiar and comfortable.
And me and the kids talked about it. We had that nice, like 10-hour drive from South Dakota to home the last day. It's like, how do we hold on to everything that we've learned on this trip about ourselves, each other, and, you know, carry that forward at home? Because it was really transformational even for them. It's very cool.
And you were gone for 8 weeks, right?
8 weeks.
8 weeks.
We did 13 states, 13 national parks, and saw family, which is always so fulfilling for one's soul. And so many places I hadn't seen, but then a lot of familiar favorite places, which is always comforting. And just really immersed ourselves in nature. Had a lot of no tech days, sometimes on purpose.
Yeah.
Sometimes we really needed it and just didn't have it based on location.
Yeah.
So, you know, that was really good too.
Yeah.
But just the traveling and being out of your environment, and it was we did a lot of tent camping.
Yes.
So, you know, it's just really restorative.
Yeah.
So fun. So here I am, you know, coming back and trying to figure out how to do work well, but not only work.
Yes.
And you still feel a little lost because when your identity is so wrapped up into work, you know, you have to fight for it kind of.
Yeah. Well, and I think, you know, even the women that we've had on the podcast that were small business owners and then have sold their business and are doing something different, they talk about that. You know, it's such a part of your identity for so long. And then when you don't have that, it's like relearning. It's like relearning to, you know, ride a bike or relearning who you are.
Yeah, for sure. It's so similar, I think, when your kids leave home.
Gosh, yes.
Such a void. And then that's in your house too. So it kind of has a visual element to it as well. Like, you know, but yeah, it's been, I don't know. I got home, I immediately ordered some gardening stuff. I did want to make sure I had like stuff coming like right away to get Mel into those zones of this is what I want to do next.
I love it.
I know.
So do you feel like you can easier turn off the phone and walk away than you used to?
Yes. This week I have noticed some backsliding. And on Tuesday or Wednesday, I was like, oh, I cannot do this much. Put the phone down.
Yep.
But I think it's just because I was without it for so long. It's kind of novelty now.
Oh,
or like, you know, unplugged. So
exactly.
But I think that's the tricky part about, you know, we don't have an office. We're virtual, you know, we all work virtually, remotely. So I think that's when it gets tricky because you are having to use that's your office.
Yeah.
And so that's the part that's hard. Like, well, why don't I just respond to this email at 8:00 at night? I got it. I might as well respond. It's like those boundaries are a lot harder when you work remotely.
I'm trying to extend myself some grace too, because I had every intention of diving into a big project and then it was 100 degrees out. And I didn't think putting together a garden bed in 100 degrees was going to be super fun.
No, exactly. Exactly. And like when you talk about that too, about grace, you'll probably fall back in and out of this your whole life because you do love to work. And I understand that, you know, I mean, when we talk about when we do our podcast, I mean, we could keep recording all day, but that's not healthy.
Yeah.
You know, that's not healthy. And working all the time is not healthy.
Yeah.
Even when you love what you do.
Yeah, it's true.
You know,
it's true. Yep.
Yeah, that's true. If you don't love your job, it's real easy to turn it off. But what if you do love your job?
And having the balance is still just as important whether you love it or you don't love it.
Yes, exactly. But also too, we set the boundaries for those that we work with too. Yeah. Because I've been there, done that, yes, go ahead and, email me or call me at 5:30 in the morning. Or, you know what I mean? Because I would respond right away. Well, now I don't. It's not the first thing that I do when I get up in the morning.
Yeah.
I get up and I meditate and I say my rosary, and then I will check my emails when I get to work. That took me almost a year and a half, literally, to teach myself to do that.
Yeah. I had all these plans. I'd get up at, 6 o'clock every morning, set my intentions.
Yes.
Go through my little routine, make oatmeal, go for a walk.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll check back in.
Yes, we will.
On my progress.
We will.
Happy medium, right?
Happy medium.
This is a podcast, not a confessional.
Yes.
So
bring me the holy water.
Sasstastic Confessions.
Oh,
There's another series.
Goodness
And we do that thing where we blur the face.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Mr. Producer is like, oh geez. Here they go again.
And then he'll have to use that filter on the audio that makes the voice like morphs the voice.
Yeah. So I have to share with you guys, while we were on the trip,
That'd be great.
I was telling Wendy, I am saving these episodes because I'd watched and listened to all the episodes before I left.
Oh, yes.
But then it was so hard. Like one time she sent me a link and it came through like 5 times because we didn't have service. So I told her, I said, I'm saving these.
Yes.
And because we had our first really, really long drive from Seattle to Spokane.
Yeah.
And I thought the kids were like, they had their headphones on because they would get some tech time in the car. Because on these long drives, if there was something cool, we would turn them off and like take in the nature.
Yeah.
So it was nice balance. Anyway, the kids, I thought they had their headphones on.
Oh no.
So I put on Sasstastic Life and I think I listened to 4 episodes.
Yeah.
And suddenly I noticed, from the back, Emerson, he's 9, he was listening.
Oh no.
And then Aspen had said something and they were listening and they all got really into it. Really into it. And so when the last episode ended, Emerson's like, Mom, play some more. Play some more.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then
our youngest fan.
I know, youngest fan. You guys were talking about menopause.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
Emerson, he was, what's that? And I was like, well, let me tell you.
Yes.
And so that was great because he, can be
I'm going
more
to give you fair
understanding.
warning of what's coming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if I bite your head off, you'll know why.
Can you say dry vagina?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so great.
I know. So funny. Your biggest little fans.
Yes, that's wonderful. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. I was so glad I saved those episodes because sometimes I get sleepy.
Yes.
Yes.
Needed something fun to listen to.
So you had this time to like reflect, like what's coming in the future? Like what are you excited about? Did it kind of stir up some new goals or ideas? Or are you still?
Yes, it did. In fact, Mike and I are going to sneak away for a couple of days and lay that all out as like the next 5-year chapter for the Guancis. So I'm really excited. Yeah. So we used to live in Seattle, Washington, and we love Washington. So part of that plan might be trying to get back there someday,
Yeah.
We have quite a few years left of school for the kiddos. Yeah. Aspen has 5 years and, M's a few more than that.
It goes by quickly though, dear.
It does.
Oh
You
my
know
gosh,
that.
so
It goes by
fast.
quickly. When I go on vacations and in a place of rest, that's where I always get my best ideas.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, for
Don't you
sure.
feel like
Oh
that?
yeah. Because you
Yeah.
finally just turn your busy brain off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or you just sit and stare.
Yep.
I'm usually like that in my car. And I told Wendy, I think this was a couple months ago, I'm like, I need to get one of those old school recorders. Now I know I can do it from my phone, but I'd like to just have my chisel and
Her old school typewriter.
my old school typewriter
Yeah.
and my ink feather.
You'll get a scroll.
Scroll.
Yes.
But
Dear. Yeah.
exactly. But that's when I get my best ideas too, is in the
Mhm.
car when it's just by yourself in that downtime, in that peace.
Oh yeah, road trips are great.
We
Mhm.
need to take a road trip.
We do.
The three of us and Sarah.
Mhm.
Mr. Producer can drive us.
So we can laugh the whole time.
Yes. So we don't have to pay attention
Exactly.
to where we're
Talk
going.
inappropriate. And
Record an episode
Yes.
in the car.
Yes. Oh, we've got some stuff.
Road
coming.
trip shenanigans.
We've got some stuff coming down the pipeline for that too.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Wait, listeners. We've got
Yes.
some exciting things happening.
Yeah.
Ah. Oh my gosh, I love it. So, I always love to ask this question.
Yes.
If you could go back and talk to 18-year-old Mel,
Mhm.
what wisdom would you impart on her, knowing what you know now?
18-year-old Mel.
Yes.
Grace, probably. The people pleasing piece is hard.
Yes.
So I think when you are a people
Mhm.
pleaser, you have fear of failure because you want to please others. You care so much, which is the positive part of that. But something that I discovered on the trip is it's less about fear of failure for me and fear of judgment. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Judgment.
fear of judgment. That's been really crippling to like me putting myself out there. And like I've done 2 Instagram videos since I've gotten home. I'm so proud of myself.
Yes.
Because when you grow up shy, sort of introverted anyway, because I'm like Wendy, I'm one of those introverts that likes to do extroverted things,
Yes.
but probably more on the introverted side.
Yes.
So, when you go out and you put yourself out there, you're like, oh, everyone's judging me. It's like that fear of judgment versus fear of failure because your failure seems like we're all going to fail.
Yes.
We're all going to succeed.
Yes.
It's just kind of
Yes.
given.
Yes.
Whereas fear of judgment is a little bit more ambiguous in my mind. So that was something really great to discover because I'm not walking around judging everyone.
No
one else is walking around judging me. Who has time for that?
Exactly, Mel.
Not to say that people don't judge.
There's
but-
plenty of those, but yeah.
Mhm.
But I don't need to take that on. I'm just me.
Yeah.
And I just want to be me. And, that's kind of who I sort of rediscovered on the trip. But having that thought,
Yeah.
I would go back and tell 18-year-old Mel, don't worry about what other people think, and just serve well. It's not about people pleasing. It's about just serving well.
Yeah.
Because I had an innate desire to do that anyway,
Yeah.
but you can get unhealthy.
Yes.
Yep.
Goodness. Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think all three of us love servant leadership.
Yes.
But it can get unhealthy at
Mhm.
times when there are no healthy boundaries. I
Yes.
completely agree with you on that.
And we could learn a lot from, pastors that are pastoring their churches really well. They
Yes.
always take 6-7 week break.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
And usually
Yes,
once
they
a year.
do. Yes.
So
Yes,
and it's
they
usually
do.
over summer,
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like if more employers,
Yep.
extended that
Yeah.
to their employees and made it a part of their culture. And then as entrepreneurs and small business owners, we extended that to ourselves.
Gave
know.
ourselves permission to do that.
Think about how much
Mhm.
better you're going to be able to serve
Yeah.
when you're not depleted.
Yeah.
And that restoration is just so important to like what you have to give.
Yeah.
Then you can give well again.
Exactly.
Whereas before I left, I felt like I was just surviving and trying to give my best of like what's left, which was like this much instead of like everything I feel like I have now, which is like this much.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes. And what a
think that's-
great example for your kids. What a great example to show
Yes.
them for your
Yeah.
for your kids. And for Mike, I mean, it's just a great example
Mhm.
of showing you should take care of yourself.
Yeah.
You should take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Such a
And
blessing.
I just want to back up real quick. My coach brain was like, oh my gosh, yes, with judgment. The thing that was so helpful to me that I learned early on in coaching is when someone's judging you, 9 times out of 10, it has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, I read they're judging themselves actually.
There's something in themselves where they see something in you maybe that they wish they had, or,
Yeah.
but 9 times out of 10, it has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
That was like, oh, that makes sense.
Mhm. Yeah.
And it's helpful. And again, I'm not responsible for what other people think of me. That's,
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I just decided like I just want to love on people. If I'm loving on them,
Yeah.
you know, it's not like judgment doesn't come from like you're not ever going to make a mistake again and people are going to judge you and you need to own it and forgive and move on and do better. But, you know, if you're just loving on people, what's the judge?
Exactly.
I mean, let's just be friends.
Exactly.
And you guys know I'm so passionate about collaboration.
Yes.
Well, why can't that be in life too, not just in business?
Yep.
Like, and that's called friendship.
Yeah. That's
So
great.
let's just be friends.
And if someone's not a right fit, that's okay too. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
move on.
It shouldn't take 8 weeks to restore oneself. You know, if we have good balance.
Yes.
Maybe just
You
a
know what?
weekend.
That's a great point, Mel. That is a great point.
True.
Literally, when you just said that, I was like, it was almost like an aha moment. Like, you are so right.
Yeah.
You are so right.
But you were working so much. I mean, if you think about it, there were probably 8 years of vacation that you just never took.
Yeah.
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 So
I
you just
banked
took it
them.
all at once.
Yes,
Yeah.
you banked them.
Yeah. Dear HR.
I have.
Hello.
I will be back in 6 months.
I love when the staff will joke and they'll be like, I have an HR question. I'll be like, hello.
Yeah.
I have a banking question. Hello.
Yep. I answer all the questions.
Exactly. The toilet needs cleaned. Hello.
Facilities manager. Hello, I'm Trisha Rivas, your facilities manager.
So true.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I love it. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Mel.
Yes.
You know that
Thank
we
you.
just adore you.
Oh, I adore you.
And
Thank you.
a
And I am the
huge-
mother of your 2 youngest
Yes,
fans.
yes,
oh,
yes,
that,
yes.
that just warms my heart.
I know, seriously.
But seriously, you are our full SAS sponsor for our
Yes.
event.
Yeah.
We're so excited for the event. Did you see our candles came in? I can't wait.
No.
She doesn't know about
Oh,
this yet.
You don't know about the candles. The candles came.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
We
so
want to turn your
excited.
spark into a flame. Just enough cheesiness because it's Mel, right?
I love
But
that.
you
I
know,
love
we
it.
do. That's what we want our marketing
Yes.
to do. And also the dreamers,
Yes.
right? Like we want to help
Yes.
activate dreams and make them reality.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you need
love
marketing to
it.
do that. So I
Yes.
know, I'm so excited. They're lemon verbena.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
Mhm.
Okay. Absolutely fantastic.
Love it.
I am so excited. You'll have to send me a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wendy doesn't tell me anything.
No, she's just here to look pretty. She's on a need to know basis.
Well, when we talked about merch, I was like, I love koozies. I have some koozies I love, but I don't want to do another koozie, you know.
I know.
What can we do that's fun?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love
so
it.
Image Solutions helped us and said, what about a
Yes.
candle?
Yes.
I can't wait to see
Yes.
them. All right.
All right.
Mic drop.
Mic drop.
We should probably get a mic that we could drop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we are not dropping these.
Yeah, Mr. Producer would
Maybe
not
we
be-
should do the goodbye like we did the hello.
Oh,
Oh,
gosh,
we'll
yeah.
sing it out.
Yes. Okay, so
Okay.
we'll go individually and then we'll do it as a group.
Okay. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
How am I supposed to follow that?
That's so fucking dramatic.
Bye.
Mr. Producer?
Goodbye.
1, 2, 3.
Goodbye.
You know, we're going to probably get a record deal out of this.
I'm thinking so. Wendy and I are going to fight.
I missed what you guys were fighting about. I was like,
She
oh my gosh.
smacked me.
Oh,
Listeners, did you hear she smacked me? I'm going to call HR.
Hello? Hello?
oh.
That's a wrap.
Sasstastic HR.
Your Sasstastic Life is produced by Apex VO. Go to apexvo.com. That's APEXXVO.